I get along with Mother Nature so long as Mother Nature stays outside. I'm a great indoorsman. My wife and I both like sitting inside, telling people who are outside what to do. Yes, we hire a neighborhood kid to mow our lawn. I mean, we do a little bit of lawn work, you know, when we have to walk outside to the car, kind of stamp on the grass. We talked about this the other day. She cannot, for the life of her, figure out why people go camping. And the last time I went camping, I swear to God, I almost lost a testicle because it almost froze off. Now, I don't have any empirical evidence. I'm not going to show you, or anything. But it was cold. And here's the thing, it was like the middle of summer. It was cold. I was within a mile of staying at a hotel. And yet my friend, who was a Civil War reenactor, convinced me to stay in a tent with him. Now, granted, I did get to fire a cannon in the process. Thank you, Eric, for that. But I almost lost a nut. And I can't say, you know, if I had a choice, going camping, staying outside, losing a nut, I would not choose that again. It's just not something. Even if you have no nuts, really, I think you are nuts for going camping. Not a fan. Just not, honestly. The more barriers I can place in between myself and stuff that exists organically, the happier I am. That's right, I don't like bugs, spiders, creepy crawlies. And I do like s'mores and campfires, but you know what? I got a gas stove, okay? I just stick a little marshmallow onto the end of these things and just roast it, and I'm good. Anything you can do outside, I can do inside. I could even pee on the stove to put it out. Actually, I've never really tried that. I don't think, we're not going to try that. You've never done that. Don't tell me if you have, hun. I'm good. I don't want to know certain things about my wife. That's one. If she's ever done that either to a stove or a campfire, really. So, why am I talking about camping? Why? It could be because we've posted an article on LockerGnome.com. As we've linked in the video's description, this is really a story. 5 low-tech items you should take camping. And I know we geeks are all about the high-tech stuff, but sometimes low-tech is just as smart. We've got a resident writer for LockerGnome, Matt Ryan, who is a huge camping freak, although he's very disappointed because the woods where he and his buddies would camp every year apparently burned down last year. I guess there wasn't enough peat. Not to make fun of forest fires or putting them out, really. But one of the things that he recommends as a tool or an item, a low-tech item you should take with you if you do go camping, I guess you consider it kind of a tool of sorts, a shamaga. A shamaga? A shamaga. This is what I'm reading here. A shamaga, also known as a desert scarf, is a thin piece of material that's commonly worn to protect against the elements of the desert. It can get hot out there. I don't think you realize it can also get really cold. Is that right? A shamaga? S-H-E-M-A-G-H. Hey, dude, I'm not the camper here. I'm just passing along some advice from expert campsmen. Is that a word, campsman? I wonder if they recommend peeing on fires. A 550 paracord or rope, a thin, remarkably strong rope. Now, I would recommend this for any geek, because inevitably there will come a time where you will need some kind of rope-like object, if it's not a rope itself, because you could use it to tie things together, or pull someone from safety, potentially. A cord, something that's strong. ShamWow? What could you use a ShamWow for in the forest? Either way, this is something that they recommend. If you've never gone camping before, taking with you a scarf, if only to keep your head and neck protected, not following my example when I went to the Grand Canyon last week and went completely unprotected and came home very red. A rope, you never know, even if you don't want to off Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with it. You know the reference? Clue? Did you ever play Clue? Another recommendation, fishing line or hooks. You may not want to go fishing, But again, this could come in very handy in a situation where you have to be very resourceful. You have to turn yourself into MacGyver. You find yourself needing to tie something, but the rope that you have is too strong or too thick to use. Fishing line is very strong. In fact, I use fishing line around the house all the time. Not to fish, but to hang objects, because I know it's very strong and it's not going to snap. It's a very good gauge fishing line. A walking stick. You can look cool with a walking stick, but it could also help if you find yourself needing to hike. Have you ever hiked? I've hiked before. I have done that, so that's about as much as I have done in recent years. It's kind of fun, on rather cool days to hike. I'm always staring at my GPS. Okay, so maybe I'm playing Angry Birds. I'm just looking at some kind of electronic device instead of enjoying the great outdoors. But you know what? That's what they made television for. To make television shows to show you what happens outside. So we've got a handful of tools for all of you would-be outdoorsmen who have never gone outdoors before or going out for the first time. We've got more information on the story as posted on lockergnome.com. It's in the video's description. Check it out.